We want it to be a pleasant experience. And the number one way to have it be a pleasant experience is to pamper your DM, right? It's Tuesday, it's tea time, and today we're talking about D&D party planning. There's like an art to planning a party, a D&D party, like specifically, because if you have too many people who are doing the same thing, you're gonna have areas that are lacking, which if you are the dungeon master and you've taken that into account, great. If you are a player who is playing with a dungeon master who has not foreseen these problems, it is going to result in people not having fun. Ask me how I know. It's really important to know what everybody wants to do in the party. Because if you've got somebody who is like the damage mitigation tank, and Book of Cylinders was the first module that I ran out of this book, and one of my players was playing a damage mitigation type person who had a really high AC and was meant to like take damage from other people or make it so that the bad guy couldn't hit the guy who was next to him. But he was a tiefling, and he had this darkness spell, which was really tactically very sound, except for the fact that it kind of made everybody else not able to hit the bad guys who were within the sphere of that darkness. It was very tactically sound, but I don't feel like it was the best build for a cooperative gaming session because very few of the other players were able to do their cool thing, which I am so unversed on the rules that I don't know what their cool things were. Something I have to work on is figuring out what it is that each class can do and figuring out how to play to those strengths and how to mitigate those strengths in some characters so that other characters can also shine. There's nothing wrong with having a player who wants to do cool things with the rules. The only thing that is wrong is when that overrides the group as a whole being able to function. And I think that's a failing of me and my experience with the D&D rule set that I was not prepared to deal with. And you're not going to be prepared to deal with everything as a DM. I don't care how much you prepare. You are not going to be prepared for what your players throw at you. You are not going to be prepared when the players decide that this random NPC McGee is now their best friend and has to be protected no matter what, when you just meant for them to be like selling bread on the side of the road. You have to be prepared for the chaos of dealing with other people whose heads you cannot see into. It's important when planning a D&D party to talk about these things, and not just, ooh, I want to play a bard, I want to play a cleric, but especially when you have that player who is very crunchy and like knows all of the rules and how they interact with each other, you have to kind of get into the nitty-gritty of what is your character's shtick? What cool thing can you do? One, so that you can make sure that everybody works in harmony, but two, so that you can make sure that that one character isn't going to cock block another character, right? I highly recommend also communicating with who is bringing what food, because you're gonna get hungry. Everybody's gonna get hungry. It's a truism. When people play D&D, they get hungry. It's I don't know, somebody should do some kind of scientific study. I guess it's partly that you're there sitting there for hours, usually 4 to 8 hours. I can't imagine doing 8 hours of D&D anymore, though. I'm old. I'm so old. I need to get up and stretch because, oh, my back. I am old enough to have played Advanced D&D, 2nd edition. I challenge someone to tell me the time in history, if there is one, that a group of players met for D&D and there weren't snacks. There wasn't food. Somebody didn't get hungry or thirsty in the middle of it. Plan your snacks, plan your meals, eat beforehand, and also bring some snacks because you're probably gonna get hungry. And if you have an eating plan that you need to stick to, Oh boy, bring your own snacks because you will be tempted by the Pringles. You will be tempted by the tortilla chips. Why is it always chips? There is always chips at D&D. I think we're out of Cheetos. Is that the quote? Magic missile of the darkness. It's funny because it's true. It happens. Another important thing to remember is that if you have planned to play D&D, you've planned a start time. That should be the start time, not the time that people show up. If you need to plan a separate time that people show up, do that. But do not make your start time of your game be the time that everyone should show up, because no one is going to be ready to play right when they get there. No one. If you have a player who arrives, pulls their stuff out at the table, and is ready to play right when they get there, give that player gold stars. Like, give them benefits. Because they deserve it. Because nobody is prepared. D&D is a social game, and there is inevitably going to be a period of, hey, what's been up with you for this past week? Catching up, socializing, the things that friends do. We're not here just to play a game. We're here to play a game with our friends. So make sure that you leave some time to be social. Even if you don't tell your players that the start time is going to be at 6, so be there at 5, watch your players. If you know that there has got to be half an hour to an hour of socialization or like the making of dinner beforehand, and you want to start your game at 6, tell everybody to be there at 5. There is nothing wrong with starting early if everybody is ready, but people will get frustrated if you start late. Much like in the world of LARP, there's a whole concept called LARP time, which is like an hour or two past the start time of when everything was planned is when it's actually going to happen. This is so prevalent that it is just an accepted thing within the culture. It's much the same with the D&D time. So your party, not the party of characters, but the party of the occasion, needs to take that into account. I am told that you have to take care of your DM, especially if you do not want your gaming experience to be interrupted by your DM getting thirsty or hungry. You have to provide your DM with things to eat and things to drink in order to ensure a smooth gaming experience. I mean, honestly, if you're nice to me, I'm more inclined to be nice to you. And I think that's a human trait, right? I think every DM is at least partly bribable. We used to joke about being a bribable DM or like dating the DM and like that getting you special benefits. But I mean, it's honestly not wrong when you like really look at the statistics of it. When the DM is dating a player, like, yeah, you kind of try to go out of your way not to put preferential treatment on that player, but it happens, especially if they're like super sweet to you and they keep bringing you your tea, or make your coffee exactly like you like it, or they pay attention to when you're empty with whatever it is you're drinking and provide you another one. Those attentive players, they're bribing you. That's okay though, right? It's supposed to be a pleasant experience. We want it to be a pleasant experience, and the number one way to have it be a pleasant experience is to pamper your DM, right? This is a joke. I'm joking right now. I have to say that because some people don't understand when I'm joking. The very last key to having a good D&D party that I'm going to impart you with today is put your phone down. If your phone is not on your character sheet or your campaign on whatever thing that you're using online to run your campaign, if you are engaged with your phone in any way that is not engaging with the game, put your phone down. Be present. Be present with the people that you're there to play with. Be present with the game that you're there to play. You are not going to have fun if you don't engage in the game. And if you're not having fun with the game, you need to speak up. All right? It's not a fun party if everyone ignores you. It's not a fun party if you go and you put yourself in the closet to be ignored. And I have been there where you don't want to damage everybody else's fun. And everybody else is having fun. Everybody else is doing their thing, but the thing that you want to do either keeps getting overlooked, you keep getting interrupted or talked over, or for some reason the DM has Deus Ex Machina'd that you can't do something that you should be able to do by the rules of your class. That those I understand are super mood killers, and it's really hard to buy in and to have fun when you feel like your agency has been removed or you feel dismissed or disrespected. I highly recommend talking about conflict resolution with your group, and make sure that if you say to everyone, please continue playing, I'll be right back, that they understand that you mean, please continue playing, I'll be right back. If you say, I need a minute, can we have a break? That should be, having a break, because you don't want them to play without you. But if you're sitting there feeling like they are playing without you anyway, it's not going to go over well. It never goes over well. I'm going to cut all this out because it's sad again. And no one cares about sad. They care about angry. They want me to be angry. They want me to have hot takes, rant about shit. But sadness, that's not allowed. It's not allowed on YouTube. It's not allowed in real life. Because we cannot be round, whole people without upsetting everyone around us. That's a hot take. In the planning of your D&D session, in the planning of your party, speak up about your needs. Whether that's, I get tired at 9 p.m., so we have to start gaming earlier. Or, I want to be able to talk to the monsters. Whatever that need is, whatever that desire is, you need to be responsible for communicating it. The planning phase is what sets up the foundation for the house of the game to be built upon. If you do your session 0 and everybody talks about what they're looking forward to getting out of the game, as a DM, as a baby DM, as a player, you should be listening to that. You should be aware of that. You should be learning what other people want, how other people have fun. Like I said last week, you're in charge of your own fun, but you're also in charge of everybody else's fun. You have to put effort in to make sure that the group as a whole is having fun. It's kind of a sticky situation when you're playing with a group and everybody else is having fun, but you're not having fun, because you don't want to ruin everything. You don't want to say, hey, I'm not having fun with this, and have a conversation about why you're not having fun with it. Because if everybody else is engaging with the game, obviously there's something wrong with you, but that's not the case. If you are not having fun for some reason, like your agency has been removed, or you are being talked over or interrupted, people are not listening to the things that you do, then you have to speak up. Because if you're not comfortable, if you're not having fun, eventually that is going to damage somebody else's fun. And 9 times out of 10, the problem that you have is actually a problem, and it needs to be addressed. Like, for example, you're playing a game and the things that your character does get retconned by the DM, especially if they don't talk to you about it beforehand. That is absolutely a reason to be upset and to talk about it. That is absolutely something that needs to get brought up, because nobody's going to like that happening. And if it's let go, it's going to keep happening. It's not a one-time thing. It's a boundary line that is crossed, that if not brought up that, hey, you crossed this boundary and I'm not comfortable with that, it will keep getting crossed. It is important that you make sure that there is a safe space so that people can say that they're not having fun, or that their boundaries have been crossed, or they're not okay with something. It is not always going to be happy, fun times. So if you make sure that there's an understanding within your group that everybody just wants to have fun and help everybody else to have fun, and that it's okay to say when something's not fun, and everybody will help figure out how to make it fun, that's when you build the basis for a game and a friendship that lasts. You can only run a years-long chronicle with a group of people that you can resolve conflict with. That is important in your out-of-character D&D party. In your group of players, you have to be able to communicate with each other. It all boils down to the same rules. Go watch that video. Up here. I don't know. Maybe it's up here. Don't forget the pickles. And if there's somebody who doesn't like pickles, that's okay because you will have somebody who does like pickles. I don't make the rules, I just make observations. I don't know what else to say. What makes a party? What makes it a party? Who's bringing the tea? That is possibly the most important question of the party planning. Who is bringing the tea and what tea are you bringing? Thank you for spending time with me. I hope that your D&D party is a fun party and you are able to communicate with all of the people around the table in a way that makes a safe and happy and fun environment for everybody involved. Please make sure you are drinking. I don't care if you drink coffee, just drink some water too. I don't care if you drink a Monster or another energy drink, just drink some water too. Take care of yourself, because if you don't do it, who's gonna? Take care of my friend. I promise that I'm gonna do my best to take care of yours. You ever just think that you know what you're gonna do, and then you get to where you need to do it, and then you have no idea what you're doing? That is where I am right now. I have listed out on the ideas that this is about D&D party planning, and like, it's a pun, I guess, because it means two different things. It means, one, how are you going to set up your in-game party? Who's going to play the cleric? Who's going to play the rogue? What play style are you going to go for? How is everybody going to work together? But it also means, like, where are you going to play? Are you going to be at somebody's house? Are you going to be at the library? Or do you have, like, a game cafe that you can rent a private room in? Who's bringing the snacks? Because everybody's going to get hungry.